Hi, I'm Alice.
Hello, I'm Francesca.
Welcome to Grab a Coffee.
We are grabbing a coffee today on tour. What are we going to say? Do you want to start again?
No, it's fine. I don't know why I got so excited about where we to say where we were, and then I forgot that you were going to say where we were, so I was just like frozen.
You can say it at the same time if you want. We are at
No.2 Coffee.
No.2 Coffee Shop
In Morley.
in Morley.
I'm having a flat white.
I'm having a cappuccino.
It's very nice. Flat white with oat milk. We've already inhaled our biscoffs.
Yeah, came with Biscoff biscuit. Beautiful coffee. And a glass of water because it's got really warm outside. It's beautiful. The sun's shining in. And here we are.
Also, I've worn about 500 layers. Because
Yeah, Alice had to strip off 5 layers when she came in.
I had a thermal top on over this top and a wool jumper. I've got my full gym leggings on under my trousers because I'm going to the gym after. And instead of getting fully changed, I thought, it's cold in our house.
I know, I'll just wear two outfits.
Like when you're flying with Ryanair or something, just wear all your clothes.
Save on a bag.
I've done that.
You wore all your clothes on a trip.
Clothes, but I had to. Shall I tell you the full story?
Yeah, please,
Hang on,
actually.
I got some water. Okay.
I can't believe this.
This isn't where we were going to send this podcast at all.
No.
So it was when I was moving back from Germany after my year abroad, when I'd lived there for 6 months. And I'd obviously accumulated a lot of crap. Not helped by the fact my dad drove me to Germany when I first moved there.
Okay.
So obviously he didn't have the luggage ridiculousness.
Yeah.
I was flying back with, it wasn't even Ryanair, it was EasyJet. And I was obviously tight student. So I just bought one bag, one whatever kilo suitcase, and then my hand luggage. And you're only allowed one hand luggage bag, but I had like my hand luggage suitcase, a satchel, quite a big satchel, quite tight bag, and a handbag. And they were like, no, that's like at least one extra piece of luggage. And I was like, oh my god, okay. And they were German, so they weren't messing about. I was like, okay.
You shove it up your jumper.
So I went away from the check-in desk area and unzipped my case where there was other people also unzipping cases.
It's a thing.
And I just started layering. I was already wearing my walking boots because they obviously didn't fit in my bag.
You always wear the heaviest pair of shoes.
Coat, yeah, my biggest coat. And I literally was just putting layers upon layers on, like cardigans. I was like Joey on Friends, where we
the coats. Yeah. Did you do that? Did you walk through the airport like that?
I was it was awful. I was sweating, obviously. And there was a granddad, I think it was, and his granddaughter who were doing a similar thing, not having to wear all the clothes, but they were doing a reshuffle at the same time. So we're like, look, guys, idiots, look at us. And then going through security. So I got through the baggage check, I'm wearing all my layers. I thought, as soon as I get on the plane, it's fine. I'll just put them all in this bag. I'm on the plane then, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But go through security, obviously you've got to take your coat off. And then they were like, okay, and take that jumper off, and take that cardigan off, and take that layer off. My last layer that they allowed me to walk through like that. So I had to just a t-shirt on, I think. But the final allowable layer that they didn't tell me to remove was a pink checked pajama top. That was wearing like a jacket, a button down pajama top. And I was walking through in my walking boots and my pajama top. And looked across the security kind of carousel, locked eyes with the same girl that had been watching me layer up. She was just like, okay. I think she was probably 9 or 10. I wonder if she remembers that story.
Yeah, I think so. That'll be a core childhood memory. The crazy homeless lady that wore all her clothes. That wore all her clothes to the airport.
Yeah. Well, I saved myself at least €30, so it was worth it.
Yeah, but at that age, as a student, you don't have €30. That is a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, that was literally like my lunch or for the week. I don't know. Anyway. Also, it's a principle, isn't it?
Actually, yeah.
I have a real bug in my bonnet about how small I am as well, because I'm like, I should be allowed more luggage. I don't weigh.
Because you're not taking it.
I don't weigh as much.
Can you imagine if they were allowed to do that? That'd be awful.
It would be awful. Yeah, I
won't be allowed to take anything.
Morally, it's so unethical. But when they get really hung up, when my case is 2 kilos over or something, I just think, oh, come on, get a grip.
Yeah, I can't tell you about a story about an airport in a different country that, yeah. Should we crack on with Mother's Day?
Yeah. So it's Mother's Day on Sunday. So what day is this going out? Friday. So
Yes,
we've got
Mother's
2
Day this
days.
weekend.
Let's pretend it's Friday. What are you doing? Do you have plans? Do you make your own plans?
Yeah, well, this year I think we might end up going out for the day somewhere because Minnie's been wanting to go to Scarborough since she turned 9, which was January the 7th. So
the past 3 months she's wanted to go to Scarborough.
yeah, but
why
it's
Scarborough?
been winter.
Does she like Scarborough
Well,
specifically?
I don't think she's ever been.
Oh, so she
well,
wants
no,
to
because
go.
I'd know, wouldn't I? Because I'd have taken her. But no, we've not been. And it's just a seaside place, and she wants to go on a trip for a birthday. But because her birthday's in January, it's really tricky. So, but I like the seaside. I like going, so I'll be happy with that too.
Oh, look at earrings today. Sorry.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, daisies. So springy.
Daisy has the same pair,
obviously.
From Flying Tiger.
Oh,
At White
love
Rose.
that shop.
I know.
Oh.
So how can I not get matching for £2?
Oh, love Flying Tiger. Anyway, good place to buy a Mother's Day present.
Yeah, it is. So that leads me nicely on to
a couple of years ago. Scarborough on Sunday?
Probably. I'll let you know. So a couple of years ago, Mark went out and bought stuff, right?
Yeah, bits and bobs.
And then he came home and he said, I can't remember what he worded it now. He came around the corner of the door and he said, do you know any nans or something? I was like,
Nans?
What are you talking about? He'd picked up this mug that it said best nan on it. So we use that for people when they come and have like a nice coffee or hot chocolate. They get the best nan cup. Because it's not mine, obviously.
That's funny. You don't give it to the builders.
And I saw one the other day and it said greatest nan or something. So I sent him a picture and I put, don't even think about it. But so the next year I said to Daisy, right, when Dad takes you all out to buy me some stuff, tell him no mugs. We don't need a mug.
No.
I don't want a mug.
You'll end up at the charity shop.
I don't want stuff.
That's a classic thing you would see in a charity shop.
I don't want stuff. Do you want stuff? Do you want stuff? I don't want stuff.
Flowers.
Yes.
I like flowers.
Yes.
Even just like some £3 tulips from Aldi.
And then for her to maybe draw you something or make you something because she's saying, I love you, Mum.
Yeah.
Not your husband.
Yeah. I don't think I got a present last year. So this will be my 4th Mother's... No. What? No, it can't be. She's still a baby. Wait, she's
3, so...
She was 3. So when
it
she
will
was
be,
0...
because she was 6 months old.
Yeah, fuck. Jesus. Oh, God, I'm having a heart attack. Oh, my God, it's my 4th Mother's Day. I can't even remember any apart from last year.
I had a Mother's Day before I actually had Daisy. And that was because my partner at the time had 2 children. And they're now grown-ups. And he turned out not to be a very nice partner. It's a completely different podcast. But they obviously came to our house every other weekend and all that, sort of share the holidays and stuff. So we had that normal arrangement. And Mum was lovely. Mum was really lovely and would do most of the sort of, oh, can I change a day with me? Because that was just easier and it was nicer to have those
That's really
arrangements
nice
with
that
me.
you had that.
I would always be
the
kind
mum
with
had that
somebody.
relationship
Yeah,
with you.
totally.
Wow.
I would always be like that with
Well,
somebody.
she probably felt sorry for you if she left him for the same reasons you left him.
Well, exactly. Yes. She was probably like, it's okay. So what happened this Mother's Day was I was dropping the children back at her house and
that's really wild. I think a lot of people listening, I think if there's some single mums listening, they'll think that's
it's sad that it's not the case for everyone.
Yeah, it is.
I picked up some flowers with her children for them to give her because that was the right thing to do. And when we arrived at her house, she'd picked up the same bunch of flowers for them to give me.
Oh, stop it. That's so
That's
cute.
even nicer.
Are you besties? It's like a film. Like when
honestly,
there was a film. There was a film.
Probably.
Is it a Kate Hudson film? Like
maybe.
Yeah. Like they both get, I think they're both like cheated on by the same guy and then become best friends or something like that. Yeah. It's like, it's definitely, there's a film in there somewhere.
So
there's a Mother's Day film in there somewhere.
I might write a book. That is really special.
Oh, wow.
It was really lovely. And I was actually pregnant with Daisy at the time.
Oh.
And I had been told by my partner that it didn't count. So he wasn't going to do anything, even from his own children, because apparently that didn't count either, because I only saw them at weekends, so I wasn't a proper mum. So that's how much...
Oh, it makes me feel sick.
That's how much of a... that's what he was like. So Jesus her Christ. And I bought each other those flowers, and it was a nice surprise. Now, I think, yes, I should have done that for her because I was with her children and I allowed them to take those things home for her. But for her to buy them for me as well was just
Yeah,
so
that's so
lovely
kind.
and so sweet, and an acknowledgement of the
I
stuff
love
that I
women.
did do as a stepmom. Like,
We're so great, aren't we? That's so lovely.
Yes.
A man would never, clearly.
So that is no.
Oh.
Well, no, my man now would, but there is a really
That's so
lovely
thoughtful.
Mother's Day
And
story for you.
that was your mother's, and you were pregnant. I
Oh.
definitely count. Actually, yeah, I definitely counted like my pregnant Mother's Day as a Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And Liam did get me a card actually, saying like from Bump.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it's making me emotional thinking about it. I've probably still got it. But I remember like the first like Mother's Day when she was here. We're just laughing because the cafe owner's taking a photo, which we agreed to. Yeah, I remember like feeling quite pressure to have, I don't know, what does a good Mother's Day look like? No idea.
I see. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
So
and I remember
deal,
feeling like this is my first proper Mother's Day. We have to, like, it's a big deal, and I can't remember. Can't remember what we did. How bad's that?
But it's not meant to be. It's not.
I'm sure if I look back at photos, I'll be like, oh yeah, that's what we did.
Of course, that's what we did. You've done a lot since then.
But yeah, last year we went to Cannon Hall Farm, and that was nice.
Nice.
And Liam booked it and planned it, and he said,
"Oh, that's so nice."
Yeah, I said to him, I said, I don't care what we do as long as I don't have to choose what we're doing, and I don't have to plan anything.
Yeah.
My best Mother's Day present would be me not having to think of a plan,
but something nice still happens.
But we still do something.
Yeah.
Even if it's a walk, just being told we're going for a walk, or we're going to go to a pub, or we're going to a cafe. Even though we go to cafes a lot, just having someone else choose which cafe and when, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's the best gift you can give a mum, the gift of zero decision making.
When we were little, so me and my brother are 3 years apart, so I might have been, I don't know, 8. So he was been a lot younger, and at school they were telling us that this weekend you know we'd made the usual cards. We probably had screwed up tissue paper as flowers, that nice, kind of thing. And his teacher had told him that you must help, but your mum is this weekend, and you know I can't remember what it would be. I don't know, setting the table or getting things or whatever. So he would get up, right, I'm doing all this and I'm getting but I wanted to get that for mum, and then he was like, but he's been told from school, but I wanted to help with that. And I remember both of us fighting. Wasn't that a nice Mother's Day for her? Yeah.
Fighting over who's going to look after the best.
Which just caused the usual horrible atmosphere.
That always happens when it's like a day and so much pressure gets put on it. Same as Valentine's. Like it builds up, and then it's a disaster.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sure lots of people have lovely Mother's Days. But I feel like the best days are the least pressured ones. Or
when something happens
a
little bit spontaneously.
Yeah.
A bit of this is what we're going to aim for, or the weather just happens to be better than you thought, and you end up going somewhere, or I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But it can be obviously a really hard time for people as well.
Yeah.
If you're not close to your mum, if your mum's not here anymore.
First anniversaries for everything that's going to happen since losing a mum. Yeah. Maybe that's going to be tough. Our mum might not have been a particularly maternal mum. Yeah. Someone else might be that mum figure.
Yeah. I've got a few friends who've lost their mums. So that's obviously a really hard time for them. And they've got children themselves. So it's...
You still feel like you need to be happy and jazzy on the day, and actually you're feeling a bit hurt.
Yeah, I don't really know how they navigate that, to be honest. I don't know if it ever gets... It's probably never going to get easier for them. Because you're obviously grieving, but also, I should feel happy because I've got my own child to be celebrating with.
Depends how old those children are. If
they're young,
older, maybe you can have a conversation about grandma and some maybe happy memories, and maybe not forget her, and then say, right, I want to make you feel special now, mum, and try and work it that way. If they're really little, kind of, hopefully you can still honour your mum in some way.
Or just ignore the day until you're ready.
Yeah, and then just consume yourself with what a little one will bring you, which is complete chaos anyway. So that's all the fun of it.
I remember growing up, we never knew my dad's dad because he died when my dad was like in his early 20s, like 21, I think he was. And my dad always said to us, "I'm not bothered about Father's Day." He was like, "It's made up thing. I'm not bothered. Like, I'm happy with you guys every day." And he was just always really like dismissive of Father's Day. And we always used to just buy him like some wine gums and midget gems and maybe like a pair of socks because that would like a tie. It was like fun. Back when people wore ties to the office. I remember one year it must be when Chicken Run had come out and we got him a tie and matching socks
with Chicken Run. Oh, did he wear them to work?
Yeah, of course he did.
Oh, brilliant.
But he always used to say, "I'm not bothered about Father's Day." And we were always like, why? Because we obviously wanted to celebrate him. But now I am a parent, I can understand why he would feel like that. Like
this great loss that
if I had my mum, I probably wouldn't want to celebrate Mother's Day. Yeah, it's really sad, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's really hard. And obviously everyone deals with grief differently, so I don't even necessarily think that how one person would cope with that is going to be the same. I've got a handful of friends that I'm thinking about when I talk about this.
Right.
Like how they probably all cope differently to the fact that they're grieving but also have children of their own. And then there's the other difficulty where you've got a mum but like you said you're not close, or it was quite maybe a toxic relationship, you're estranged, you feel like you know, you should be grateful because they're not dead, but also you don't have a relationship with them.
Yeah, you end up feeling guilty because somebody you know has lost their mum, but actually your mum is awful, for example.
You don't want to have a relationship with her, but
so you've got all this turmoil and all these emotions that go with it. But I think that we're getting better, aren't we, as a society, in kind of it's okay and that everyone's different and we can all deal with it our different ways. We've got better at allowing that and allowing people to have their own space, and you know it's okay for one person to feel glad that their alive mum is not in their life for their own reasons, and it's okay for that other person to be like support somebody that might be devastated of losing a really good mum.
It's like you said as well, like Mother's Day doesn't have to be about your biological mum, it can be about whoever, a grandparent, a dad,
you have a special person,
a sibling.
Well, there's families with two dads, and I wonder they can just be celebrated whenever they want because anybody should be.
You can make your own day.
Exactly. I think I think we should have a Francesca Day.
Yeah,
I don't really think that.
It'd be cheaper to go out if you pick the day that you want it to be. Then you're not paying Mother's Day prices for a Sunday dinner.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I don't really like it being in March because sometimes it rains. So I'm going to make Francesca Day be September.
That's when my birthday is.
Okay, or June. We'll spread it out a bit. We'll have June instead.
We'll have June, less likely to rain.
And then you can get a cheaper Sunday dinner.
So, if you're going to go out, a day trip or cafes, restaurants, where would you go on Mother's Day? Number 2 is a good place to come.
They do afternoon tea.
Oh, yeah, afternoon tea. Have you seen on Number 2's Facebook page the competition?
I love how you're talking directly at the camera now.
No, just because I'm talking to our audience. So I've decided I'm going to go all newsreader.
Is this how newsreaders?
Yeah.
Have you got no trousers on as well under your desk?
I promise I'm dressed.
Oh, God.
Yes, competition on Facebook for Mother's Day. Win an afternoon tea. I have entered it. Have you?
Oh, no, I haven't. It's not popped up.
Get it entered. Right, enter that.
Right, we'll talk
just talk amongst yourselves.
And then
I'll talk to like a newsreader.
Facebook will hear me.
While she... Oh, yeah, test that. No, don't. You've got to get it entered. She's going to enter the competition.
Oh, yeah.
Here at Number 2 for Mother's Day.
I'll find it.
To win an afternoon tea for 2. It's an amazing prize because it is for 2 people.
I forgot
Wednesdays
that
and
Jenny
Saturdays.
was doing that. Okay.
In this gorgeous space.
Oh, we're already on a Facebook page. I love it.
So while Alice enters the competition,
right.
I think that
what is a competition? Here it is.
There we go.
Post a photo of you and your mum.
Or you as a mum,
or someone who's like a mother to you. Oh,
that is really lovely. We love that.
You get tea for 2.
Here at Grab a Coffee
on Wednesdays or Saturdays. Wow.
Right, now we have to put a picture on. You see mine.
I'll find Francesca's. Have you done...
There's me as a mum, and there's my mum
you've
with
entered
Minnie.
twice, so you'll have to do that.
Yeah, do I want?
Is that the same jumper that I was wearing? That your mum's wearing?
I bet hers wasn't $2.50 from a charity shop.
$4.50. I rounded up to $5. That looks lovely on your mum, actually. Oh, no, it's different. She's got a bit of detail on the neckline. Ah, she's so glamorous, isn't she?
Yes.
And then there's you in your puffer coat. Your mum's all chic and sophisticated. To be fair, you're at the top of a hill and she's sat in a restaurant.
I'm at Shipley Glen there in that, thank you.
Yeah, I'll let you off.
Fought my way through some brambles and some heather.
Oh, that's a really good competition. Yeah, I'm gonna... Yeah.
So this is an option for Mother's Day.
She literally told us last week.
Or do you want to go out to a restaurant for Mother's Day? Maybe you want to go out to an evening meal. Maybe your children are older. For me,
if you could choose, but you're not planning. Imagine someone else is planning it. What would your dream surprise Mother's Day plan be?
Do you already have an idea what yours is? Well, I think
no. Should we do? Oh God. The webcam just went below me. That was weird. Should we do same as what we did for Valentine's, where we do like a free, mid-cost, and high-cost?
Yeah.
Okay. So free. I mean, I think
lovely walks.
I love a walk. Yeah.
I mean, you could make it not quite
Or
free, like if you
picnic.
stop somewhere for a coffee, or take a picnic,
or go somewhere that has like water. You know, like a walk by like a canal. I like being near water.
Yeah, me too. Okay, Scarborough.
Like a waterfall. Yeah,
actually, don't all go to Scarborough. I want to get parked.
Quite a lot of water at Scarborough. Yeah, that'll do.
Or
for a whole sea.
Nature reserve. So there's St Aidan's is in RSPB
that's
wetlands.
Nice.
That's nice. You can do a smaller version or a bigger version of that. So that's all really lovely.
Somewhere like Nostell Priory.
Yeah, if you're national.
Milladam.
Oh yes,
New Milladam's nice.
Pater Park, but it's very small. It's only like £1, £2, and you get like the whole time. So you could go there for a nice walk. If you're members of the National Trust, of course, you can just go walking around anywhere, make that as much as little as you want.
Really enjoy walks that have cafes involved.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh look, a coffee shop. Oh, I'll have a piece of that gâteau.
Yeah. Yeah.
Middle of the range. Price tag. It depends how old your children are. Like, I don't know, some mums might be like really cool and outdoorsy and want to go to Go Ape with their teenagers, or they might just have
that'll
children.
Be me in 10 years.
It will. Or there'll be children who I don't know, it might be mum and daughters might go to a spa.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've seen offers.
Boys can go too. But
I'll give her a shout out actually. Empress Beauty,
right,
who's based in Cleckheaton.
Yes,
she's got a Mummy and Me pamper offer. I think it's £40, and
did you share that with me?
I did share it with you. I think it's for over 4s, and you get a little facial each, a hot drink. So I think for the child, it's a hot chocolate with marshmallows,
lovely,
and then a coffee or tea for the mum and some cake. Maybe I can't remember if there's cake. Don't quote me. Not sure. Can't remember the full details. It's not my offer.
No.
I just really like Jess.
What was it called?
She's amazing. She's called Empress Beauty. Oh no, she's changed her name. Oh Christ.
Oh no.
Jade.
What year?
Jess.
You did send it to me, so maybe it's in here.
Oh, I forgot she changed her name.
So while you're doing that, while I'm doing that, think of...
so it's a facial and a manicure or pedicure.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
If it's just a manicure, or you can choose mani or pedi.
That makes sense.
But that's a really nice thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, we send a lot to each other. I'll be here a while.
Yeah, go for 2 links. Did I send it on Instagram? She's called JJB. Gosh.
I love how we've got all our proper stuff.
Did I send you a screenshot as a link? Can't remember.
And then we've got all that silly stuff we send each other.
As a screenshot. This is great content,
isn't it? Just we do this all the time, don't we?
Maybe I sent it you on Instagram. It's not that far back.
No, it
was like last week, wasn't it? Anyway,
right. So that's an option. What's an option like middle spend?
Let me find the name because I just want to because shout her out properly.
Yeah,
because
we can't be just
JB Beauty Therapy, established 2015. JB Beauty Therapy,
Okay,
Cleckheaton.
Cleckheaton,
JB
right.
Beauty Therapy, Cleckheaton. Yes. So, yeah, it's stuff like something like that. I think is really nice if you're into that. But if you're outdoorsy,
Yeah.
then
I fancy Go Ape.
we went to Cannon Hall Farm last year, and like even though you think farm that's like a low cost, it was actually quite it's kind of expensive because entry to when it's a kind of a posh farm, which Cannon Hall is a posh farm.
Yeah,
the entry is expensive. We had lunch in the restaurant. It's a really nice restaurant.
But that's like 2 big spends in one day, isn't it? When you have entry,
I think the entry was for all 3 of us was maybe £20.
Oh, right, fine.
No, when I say big spend, I mean like compared to like £3, like a like a smaller pet.
A walk and a coffee. Oh,
a walk and a coffee.
Yeah,
it's like I think it was probably like a £60 day out or something.
We've been a couple of times, but I think it changes all the time, doesn't it? It gets better and better. Cannon Hall Farm. I think it's a really good one. But people really enjoy it.
The playground there is amazing.
So that's a really good one. And then super expensive. I don't know. Again, depends on the age of the children. I'm thinking like slightly older, do an extreme day trip somewhere. I don't know, Paris. No,
you and
we
Becky
won't go to Paris because we might flash.
EDT, extreme day trips. Yeah, no. Oh God, yeah.
We can't go to Paris.
We're not allowed back in.
No.
We're not allowed to Paris.
No one wants to see my Bridget Jones knickers again.
Liam's mum's off to Lanzarote for a long weekend.
That's so funny. Just take herself off because it's Mother's Day.
Well, she's taking she's going with his 2 youngest siblings.
Oh, right, cool.
And then he was like, why wasn't I invited? So we've had a whole so it's Tuesday today, isn't it? We've had a whole thing. She was like, didn't think
you'd want to come.
He's like,
how old are his younger siblings?
Oh, grown ups.
All right.
Nearly 19 and nearly 26.
Yeah. He's a grown up too.
Yeah.
How many children are there? You told me this. Right, okay.
Yeah.
But if nearly 19 still lives at home, it still feels like,
she
technically is still living at home though,
so
isn't
she
it?
still goes she still would go on holiday with them.
Yeah.
But he's like, why aren't I invited? Anyway, she ended up looking. She rang Jet 2 this morning to see.
No, is he going?
They didn't have any space in the hotel. I think he would. I said to him, "Go." Like, I'm not bothered. It's not my mum. It's your mum. Like, I'd have just gone and seen my mum. So I'm seeing my mum and my sister on Saturday afternoon. So we're going to Little Biscuit Pottery Studio for the Mother's Day.
You're going to make
pottery
a pink
painting.
teapot.
I think so. I need to make a pink teapot.
No pressure. I feel like I'm just pulling her into doing it.
I've been thinking about the design, like a stripe, but not a rough stripe.
Okay.
All the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's not good for you. Is that?
No, I'm excited. I want to see it.
You were like,
no, my head was doing a lot of other stuff, so that doesn't always come through to the surface.
I was like, sorry. Oh, no, does that sound gross?
No, I'll be like, you're doing what?
Yeah. So like a sage and a pink.
You really love your sage and your pink. Decor. Yeah. It's gorgeous though.
I think I can pull off a stripe. I feel like if I try and do anything more complicated, it's just going to look a big mess.
You just see my tropical plant pot that I did. I drew Monstera leaf.
You drew it freehand and then painted it.
Get me. I'll send you a picture when I get home.
Yeah, please do. So I've got that, and that's with afternoon tea. That's Saturday afternoon. That's fully booked though. So if you're in Morley, you can't book onto that.
But there's lots of other things coming up.
Yeah. And then Sunday, we don't have any plans currently. I said to Liam, have you? I mean, until last night.
You said, it's this Sunday.
Until like 3 hours ago, he was hoping to be in Lanzarote, wasn't he? So,
he was going to get out of it, wasn't he? Have a lovely Mother's Day. Bye. I'll see you on Monday.
I wasn't bothered. I was encouraging it. I was like, totally. Because I go away a lot with like my friends, or I go to London to see my sister. So I was not bothered. I was completely like encouraging of it. I'm a bit sad that he can't go, to be honest.
What about a neighbouring hotel?
Yeah.
Airbnb up the road?
A hostel.
No, we did that. Oh my God. That was
as a grown-up?
Awful. Yeah, as a
Oh no.
I slept in my clothes and my shoes. And get the next day.
You slept in your shoes?
Yeah, because Tristan wouldn't go to sleep and he was a baby. So I ended up pacing the room.
Did you have was it like a 4-bed dorm? Well, you weren't in a shared dorm. You had a private.
No, yeah, and there was another family staying in it as well.
Oh, so it was a shared dorm. Or was it a family
in
you
the
were
building, but not in our room?
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the
Where was it? What country? France?
no, it was on the way to France. It was at Dover. We literally went out, looked out of our window, and you could touch the
White Cliffs.
White Cliffs. Yeah, it was really good, but it wasn't because no, the toilet.
May as well slept in your car, Francesca.
I'd rather have weed in a bush as well. The toilet was absolutely revolting. I know it's a hostel. I know it's cheaper. I know people are travelling, but there is no excuse for the amount of.
No.
So anyway, I'm pacing the room with Tristan. I'm trying to get him to sleep. The girls are lying down. He was 11 months. So when he finally dropped off, I just sort of
but he didn't want to let him
into the bed.
Oh God, and just passed out.
And with my shoes on. So I then didn't get undressed then. So we then got up in the morning, got the ferry, drove to where we were going in France, had a meal by the beach. And I was like, still in these shoes, still in these pants.
Oh my God.
I'm still in this top.
Oh God, I bet you felt revolting.
I just wanted to fall into the pool.
Yeah, with the shoes and clothes on. Oh God. Oh God, it's
the socks walked themselves home.
Oh God, so
but anyway, no, so he wouldn't do that. But yeah, he could get himself an Airbnb up the road.
Yeah, I was trying not to get too involved. It was in a group chat with his mum and dad, and I didn't want to be a micromanager and be like, well, have you looked at a different hotel?
Are you trying to get rid of him?
No,
I know.
Like, I'm sure it could work, but she said she'll go away
next time,
just them two, which would be cute.
Oh,
she was like, well, me and you will just go together.
Is he the oldest?
No, there's another one older.
Oh, right, okay.
So two of them weren't invited.
Oh, well,
although the other one's on a flying course down south. So he would have been unavailable.
Fly them all. Fly them, he can take them next year.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's funny. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing on Sunday. So we've got that with my mum on Saturday, and then Sunday obviously I'll be with Elodie. So I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh, something might be being planned.
I hope so.
Yes, he will hear.
Well,
yes,
when
make
I
him
mentioned
listen to
it, he does say that he listens to all the podcasts.
Mark listens. I'll be in the house and I'll be doing something, and I can hear my voice from another room.
Oh my God!
And it's always on the podcast.
Oh my God!
It's awful. I'm like, stop listening to it with me in the room.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for cleaning my windows this morning.
Did he?
Yeah, he was there this morning. Didn't see him actually. Normally I see him, but
he got a puncture yesterday.
Fast. He got what?
Got a puncture yesterday. Sent me a picture of his van with both its back wheels off.
Double puncture.
Took it to that place near Asda. Along that top road, there's a place,
we used to take
tyre
our
place.
Cars there. The tyre one, yeah.
And
not the mechanic.
There was a slow puncture in one and a nail right through the other. So we just had them both.
2 new tyres. God. It's not what you want, you're self-employed. Not what you need.
No, it's not. We need 2 front ones as well before France.
Oh, God.
Vehicles. I hate
Yeah,
spending money on them because it's not something that I care about or want.
Stuff like
I just have to have.
I'm like that with cars, phones, TVs, anything like that. I don't see it. I see it as a necessity and a means to an end. I don't see it as like something that I enjoy enough to
spend money on. Yeah. I want to spend money on going on trips.
Yeah. I remember when we were kids and we had like a tiny TV, like a bedroom TV. Like in our living room, like a really small TV. With
that you had to get up and change the channel on. Oh, you too young for that?
I think I had a remote. But we'd be like walking to school and see everyone else's TVs like massive in their windows, like massive TVs. Yeah. And we'd always like, why don't we have a big TV? My mum would just be like, do you want to go on holiday? Do you want to go to France for 2 weeks? Yes, right. That's why I got a big TV. Okay. But it's like kind of stayed with me because now if it's a choice between something material or a trip, I always choose the trip. Yeah. Like without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, totally. I would rather have experience, presents than stuff. Yeah. Experiences. I want to go ape. I want to go to the seaside. I want to go.
Your kids are at a good age for go ape.
Yeah, because Tristan's just big enough now, I think. Nice. With him being 6, I think you can do it from younger, but, to maybe he could do the smaller one and we could do the big one. I don't know, but and I think he'd do it as well if we were doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I want to do that. Last time I did that, I was 30.
You can camp it.
A long time ago.
You can camp at Dolby Forest and do Go Ape. We did that one.
When you say camp,
Do you not camp?
do you mean tent or do you mean glamorous pod with
okay.
bathroom?
Yeah, I forgot you're not like a...
Let's not suffer now,
okay.
come on.
I mean, at least your own tent's cleaner than a dormitory in a hostel.
There is that. We did have a tent and we've had some really lovely trips in it, but
probably do have camping pods, but it's probably worth it.
I just can't be bothered unpacking my house in the middle of a field, packing it into a space,
I think if
and walking across a field to wee.
I think if you're into camping, you have to, like my mum and dad, we always did so much camping that they had it like down to a T, like
all the organisation. Yeah, we had all the stuff, like the shelf unit, all the cooking, we had everything.
So it wasn't like they were taking the house, it was like we just taking the camping stuff.
Yeah,
so I don't think they also did have a trailer tent for most of our childhood.
Cool.
So
brilliant.
Just literally unfold it.
Right. Okay.
And then when I got older, I had my own tent outside the trailer tent, and then Sophie got her tent outside the trailer tent, and then they were like, "Yes, we got the whole trailer tent."
So all four of you were in the trailer tent until then.
Yeah, till I would have been like 10. I think they let me sleep outside of my own. That's funny, isn't it?
Oh, really?
I mean, that was like 20 years ago. You wouldn't now, would you? You wouldn't let a 10-year-old sleep in a tent on their own outside, would you? I must have been about 10.
I freak out in the things we staying in France. I go checking their bedroom windows. I'm paranoid someone's going to take them out the window. Yeah.
My mum always used to say, they'll soon bring you back. chat. So Liam and Elodie were in here on Sunday. Yeah, on Sunday. And he said that he needed the toilet.
We left her.
Yeah, so he said to the woman I was thinking about it earlier. He said to the woman who was sitting at the table next to them, like, would you mind watching him while I go to the toilet?
I might do that in here because we know Jenny, but not anybody else.
Liam didn't know Jenny. Like, I would do it in Boomerang probably because I know the staff, but I would say to the staff.
Yeah, not a member of the
Casey, can you watch Elodie?
I'd like to think that actually.
And then, so he went in, came out. He said the whole time he was in the toilet, he could hear her, and the whole
chatting.
She was just nattering away to this woman.
Just
chatting.
That's
like,
so
just
funny.
Chewing her ear off. God knows what she was talking about. I'd love to know. He's probably like, my daddy's gone for a poo.
I know why he won't let her in the toilet. It's that funny thing.
Yeah. Funny little thing.
Don't want that coming back out into the cafe.
My daddy's got a funny thing.
So we'd like to know about your Mother's Day. We'd like to know about funny stories.
We didn't say our dream Mother's Day. Oh, you did. Your day trip. Extreme day trip.
Maybe. Just something nice, like you said, that don't have to organise ourselves.
Yeah. I like going out for food. Anything food related's got my vote. Bit of a pamper. Some food. Bit of time to myself.
On that note, we need to go to school now.
Yeah, you've got to get
off we pop. Back to mothering instead of sitting in a cafe having a coffee.
Having a lovely time.
No, it's been lovely. Thank you very much to number 2. Enter her competition and give us your Mother's Day stories.
Bye. Bye. Went all croaky then. Bye.
Bye.